Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to replace the outside door handle on a 2012 Chevy Suburban. It'll be the same. 2007 to 2013 Tahoe Suburban are going to be the same. So I'm going to give this one we'll give it a 1 wrench for difficulty. It's pretty simple. For tools, you're going to need trim tools, a 10mm socket ratchet extension. All right, step 1 is going to remove this mirror hardware cover. Let's get behind it, pop it off. You have these normally break off here, but you got 2 there. All right, next step is to remove this cover. Behind the handle, there's a little slot down here. Just get a little screwdriver in there, give it a little twist, it'll pop free, just like that. And then the bolt that's behind there is a 10mm. Next thing is remove this cover by your handle. Get something behind there, just pop it out, just like that. Next you have 2 bolts, one there, one there. Both of these are 10mm. Next step is to pull the switch panel off, get a trim tool in behind here, just like that, and then you'll come around to the front. And as you can see, there is a clip right there. And there's also a clip right there. Then you want to disconnect all the connectors from the switch, pull the tab, just like that. Do that with each of them. The back of this is actually tells you which color connector goes where, so don't worry about getting them mixed up. Next step is to remove the little lock rod. Get a screwdriver in behind or a pick. Once you pop that out, it'll pull straight up and off. And now you're ready to start taking off the door panel. So I'll usually start it from this top corner, work my hands down, then just keep working around, releasing the clips, like so, and then lift it up and off of the window channel. Okay, once your door panel is free, you have to remove the cable. If you look in here, you have 2 tabs. Kind of pull it away as you push it in, just like that. Once it's free, you pull it out just enough to get around it, lift it off like that. Then you want to pull back this matting, just kind of run your fingers along with it, that way you don't tear it. You don't go crazy, you just need to be able to access this area right in here. All right, once you got access to that, on the inside of the door, where the latch is, there's gonna be this yellow release. That is for the lock. If you reach behind it, where my finger's at, and pull it towards you, it's like that, it'll pop open, and the rod will be free. Now you wanna remove this plastic cover. This will give you access to one of the bolts. Just reach in and pull out, just to grommet, it just pops in. Giving you guys a first-hand view at it. That is one of the bolts. Now with the door panel all the way off, if this bolt drops, you'll be able to fetch it. Unfortunately, there's not a good way to get to the other bolt, which is actually right in there. It's a 10mm. Both these are 10mm. So we need to take that one out. When you go to take it out, if it just spins because it's broken, you might have to get pliers, but reach on the other side and grab the other part of it and break it free. All right, once both the bolts are out, what I found easiest is if you pull the handle like you're opening the door, there we go. It's like that. It'll actually flatten this out so it'll go through the opening easier. And then clip that off. And I actually filled the yellow thing inside the door panel we did was actually for just the release. Then your lock is going to be undone from here when we're pulling it out. Like with everything, you want to compare. Here's the old one, here's the new one, other than the protective wrapping to keep the chrome from getting scratched up. They're identical on that side. Flip them over. We'll have to move the lock from the old one to the new one, but everything looks identical. First thing we're going to do is remove this rod, remember how it's oriented, it comes out towards the lock side. So pull it close to you, twist it up and off. And if we take the new one, just like we said, this bend goes towards the lock, push it on, and then twist it. Now, to move the lock over, there's a metal retainer. Just pull that towards you until it comes off. It doesn't matter if it comes off because we're not reusing this. Get that out of the way. And then the lock will actually slide right out. Take the new housing, push it in just like that. All right, putting it back in. It's gonna be just like we did. The rod will go on this side of this here, slide it in, clip that just like that. About to move this protective cover so we can pull the handle. Pull the handle, tilt it, slide it in. There we go, just like that. We'll finish taking this off, put the bolts back in, hook the rod back up inside the door, put the door panel back on, you're good to go. Again, thanks for tuning in. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And again, we'll see you next week. Laters.